The current fights happening in the Democratic Party are a war between the progressive wing and the moderate wings. And after Abdul El-Sayed just won the Michigan Senate primary,
this one makes me so angry. So much gaslighting. I love how the people who got us into this mess think they're best suited to get us out. Let's listen to one of the biggest losers in the past 2 decades. NEERA TANDEN is just freaking out because she can feel money, power, and influence slipping. Good riddance. America's discovering social democracy. Moderates have no ideas, plans, or vision. Their only argument is that they're more electable, yet they keep losing elections. Democratic establishment is in a free fall. Oh no. Anyway, is she drunk? Oh. Okay, let's look at it a little bit. I want to get a little taste of this.
Pretty clear that the progressive wing is winning that war, at least for now. NEERA TANDEN, welcome. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. Great to be with you.
You've headed the Center for American Progress. You've broken barriers in the Democratic Party, and you've also become something of a legendary keyboard warrior yourself. We're going to go through all of those things today. But I wanted to start by just saying, for those who are unaware, you've had great influence in the Democratic Party, but you've never had formal electoral office. If someone is unfamiliar with what you do, with what the Center for American Progress does, how would you explain it to them?
The Center for American Progress is an ideas institution. It's a think tank. We also have a C4, which is an advocacy arm.
Oh my God, I think she is drunk. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh,
goal
no.
is to develop ideas that solve the problems of the country, and we hope to build a, broader scale, progressive, center-left majority, pull the country back from the authoritarian grips it's in right now. And we think ideas are central to that.
How much of your mission is within the Democratic Party and steering the direction versus kind of a broader opposition of Donald Trump?
I think it's both. I think it's, when I came back to CAP, and ever since, I've said it's really crucial that we oppose Trump, but that's not enough. It's not enough to just be critical of Trump. We have to offer an alternative. I think fundamentally, everything is a competition of ideas. I think a lot of kind of liberals and progressives and moderates even think that, Trump is actually just a kind of message machine.
Yeah,
but he has ideas, and I don't like many of them, or if not all of them, but he is a disruptor offering ideas, and I think that we have to compete with those ideas for the country. And I generally believe that we have to compete everywhere for ideas. So
She said ideas like Dave Rubin 15 times. Bro, what is going on? Yeah, NEERA Tankery. She got the Janine Pirro special. NEERA Tandon.
Primary results is about Twitter. I feel like in recent years, you've become known in political circles for your account, and you have recently taken on a role that I think is interesting. You've become the establishment's strongest soldier. You certainly have made.
I really don't like the establishment.
I know. I'm throwing it out there early because I know I know it's an imperfect term, but I just wanted to ask I know. I really
don't like the establishment.
I know. I'm throwing it out there early because I know I know it's an imperfect term.
Oh my God. She's fucking wasted, bro. What is going on?
Yeah, I want to separate a few things out. First, over the last couple of weeks, I got very invested or involved via Twitter in my view, defending Haley Stevens from what I thought was pretty vicious attack. Now, I worked with Haley way back in 2008. She's a friend of mine. I thought she was getting really attacked. And I do think this thing happens in Twitter where you say something, people kind of attack it, then you end up counterpunching. You're not, I feel like it was defending myself, but it does feel like
the spiral is hard to get out of. Yeah,
the spiral is really hard to get out of. And so, I hear that, and I hope we'll move out of the primaries. I'll be defending all these candidates. But I also think, honestly, that's a place where a lot of narratives get born.
She literally lost a Senate confirmation because she couldn't stop fucking tweeting, by the way. Just a, funny reminder of what her career looks like right now. So she's in the trenches with us when maybe she should be spending a little bit more time at AA or something and like fix her fucking life.
I lived through the first Trump term and really importantly, the Democratic primary in 2019 and 2020. And I thought that was a place where Twitter narratives became like the lens by which people, reporters and political actors, and a lot of people looked at where the debate was.
A water cooler of a lot of people who were setting narratives for the larger race.
100%. So to me, I think it's really important to disrupt some narratives that I think have taken hold. And I think, it's interesting, right? Because I totally understand.
Okay, I don't know if it's bars or if it's actually alcohol, but it's something. Like she she seems inebriated, man.
100% why, people are angry at the quote unquote establishment, and I believe there's a competition of ideas. I just personally, just to say this, think that there is a real opportunity over the next 3 years, 2.5 years, to build actually a strong majority, not just like a 50-50 election, but a big majority against this authoritarian threat, but also for, not just against, but for, essentially a Democratic Party that represents the underdog. Like to me, in my whole life, when I've thought about the brand of the Democratic Party, I've always thought about it. I mean, people will think this is weird if they're like only on Twitter, but like I actually believe that the Democratic Party.
It's funny because she also knows like how she comes across on Twitter. Like she literally just said, "Oh, people would think I'm like pro-establishment if they only look at my Twitter." It's like, okay, well then stop fucking tweeting. What the fuck's wrong with you? Gosh, she is so ass. It's hilarious. This is better than I expected. I'm gonna be honest. Like I when I clicked on this interview, I was like, we'll maybe look at it a little bit because I can't stand her at all. But she is just rambling. It's like, it's sad as hell.
And like all 3 presidents, I will say, I'm very lucky to have worked for 3 presidents, 3 Democratic presidents, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. And all 3 of them, like every day got up thinking about how they can
position themselves.
Opportunity people.
Abdul El-Sayed pulled off a win in Michigan over Haley Stevens. And this was the original impetus of why we wanted to talk to you. This follows a string of progressive victories in New York and Colorado, and even possibly Wisconsin this week. What is your kind of primary read on what has happened in the last year of Democratic primaries? What do you take away?
Yeah, so I think you see a kind of insurgent left in, until the Michigan primary and in blue cities and blue areas, very blue areas. Not 100% victories. Ed Case won on Saturday in Hawaii.
Yep.
He's a pretty moderate person for his district against a liberal insurgent. Wesley Bell defeated Cori Bush last week.
Wow, you got all the heroes. Wow. Star-studded cast, dude.
Hi, everyone. NEERA TANDEN here, president of the Center for American Progress. Donald Trump just took to Truth Social to attack us for telling the truth. We issued a report that found that there's been no discernible impact on the rate of violent crime from his deployments of National Guard troops in cities across the country. I think that demonstrates that these National Guard deployments have been a waste of money. And that's a message he does not want you to hear.
It just feels weird. Well, 1, seeing her sober, and 2, doing a normal job. Like this is what you're like this. It's strange. Not only is she sober, but also like kind of doing her job as a person tasked with like heading a liberal think tank. Like it's whiplash. It's like a real Jekyll and Hyde situation. You know what I mean? Like where she's like, yeah, Donald Trump, Here, we have a new policy paper that identified that the National Guard deployments were not only costly, but also had no impact on lowering the crime rates. It's shocking. Yeah, from liberal think tank to liberal drunk tank.
That is why he's threatened us with a lawsuit. But I am here to say that we stand by our research 1,000%, and we are happy to be in a fight against the president around the truth.
Genuinely, a lot of Democratic incumbents have lost against, and to be fair, mostly kind of liberal Democratic incumbents losing against a more left candidate.
We live in a time where this administration wants us to live with his set of facts, Trump's set of facts, not the truth.
I think it's a combination of things. To me, the fact that Donald Trump won re-election, he's been around for 10 years. He's not an aberration. He's, first term you could say is an aberration. Getting reelected, to me, means.
And that is why CAP is so important in this moment, because we are unafraid to demonstrate the facts, to do the research and analysis that will show Americans that Trump's policies are a failure.
In fact, yes. And I would say, in fact, to me, obviously in the Biden administration, there are a lot of failures. There are a lot of successes. There are a lot of failures. Like, you don't get Trump again unless there's some significant failures.
Hey, I don't think people have heard everyone say that. So I want to just...
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm very candid about there's policy failures. And I think the left... I mean, I'm very candid about there's policy failures. And
that they hurt Americans, not help them. We know bullies attack when they feel vulnerable.
And I think the left and the center should acknowledge that immigration was a big issue and we should have handled it in the administration earlier.
You're talking about that kind of 2021, 2022 surge.
2023 surge.
2022 to 3. Yeah, surge at the southern border.
Yes, at the border. And that, and I think, honestly, there were a lot of people who wanted to handle that later because of, inter-party friction,
Facts are a vulnerability to Donald Trump. And that is why we are in this fight.
Every election since 2006, except for one, Barack Obama's reelection, has been a change election. And it's not that Joe Biden wasn't offering change. He obviously was. He passed a lot of bills that really helped people. But the message of restoration. Sorry?
But how it was pitched was around restoring the country from said aberration of Donald Trump. Yeah,
returning to norms and... and I genuinely think that the president, and really a lot of his political advisors, believed going through 2024 even, the country wouldn't return to.
And why we believe CAP's mission is more important than ever.
If anyone in the party or anyone in America really thinks that the way we're going to address, fight Republicans is to go back, I just think that's wrong. And I've said this multiple places, my view. And I would say one of the challenges for moderates
is pitching that forward first.
Is pitching not just restoration, but almost
grateful to our friends around the country rallying by our side. We are grateful for everyone.
Incrementalism versus versus more transformation. And my view, and I say this all the time to all my friends, is if the choice is between incrementalism and radicalization, you'll be pulling the party to the left. And I think center-left folks or liberals, I would describe myself as kind of a traditional liberal. We have to offer a vision that is transformative, that actually addresses how did we get Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think this is the central question in the Democratic Party. What I think in my head is it is possible to put together a coalition that gets out of this 50-50 politics. I mean, one of the big problems of the last 10 years is that Republicans
51-49.
Yeah, 51 everything is 51-49, and it's never caused either party, but particularly Republicans.
Your goal is Your goal is an undeniable.
Bro, it's so crazy that ASTEAD has to literally finish half of her ramblings. So far, it's been 13 minutes, and I'm almost certain that ASTEAD spoke 13 times to basically try to wrap it up, like to try to get her to find a coherent through line. He's mansplaining? No, he's not. He's just explaining. He is trying desperately to make a coherent narrative stick here. That's why he just keeps going, yeah, and that's what you want to do, and that's what this is happening, and and that's what Joe Biden did. Yeah, he's sober-splaining. He's trying to sane-wash NEERA TANDEN to the best of his ability, and I'm afraid he's kind of failing to do so here, okay? He's sober steering the booze cruise. Yeah, he's the designated driver. Yeah, I can't watch the rest of this. This is a ramble.